Good evening and welcome to the Las Vegas Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Before we get started, I just want to go over a few housekeeping announcements. First of all, our attendees, you can use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to type any questions that you have to our presenters at any point throughout the presentations. Feel free to ask general questions. If you have a question that you would like to direct to one particular institution, feel free to do that as well. But our presenters would be more than happy to answer those questions for you throughout the next 45 minutes. Also, just so you know, for our attendees, both your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists will not be able to see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening with Stripe Scans, so I hope that you'll sign up for some additional sessions and take advantage of those. And also, this presentation is being recorded along with all of the other Stripe Scan presentations. So those will be available to you within about a week at the same website where you registered for this particular program. So keep an eye out for those. So at this time, I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter, who will be from the University of Colorado, Boulder.
Wonderful, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and just share my screen and do this super quickly to respect everybody's time. Wonderful, so I'll start my timer to make sure that I'm on track, but good evening, everybody. I was almost about to say good morning. My name is Maria Camila Taylor. I go by Camila or Camilla, and I am the admissions counselor from the University of Colorado, Boulder. I am specifically your admissions counselor from you all being in Nevada. Now, specifically when it comes to CU Boulder, I encourage you all to really start thinking of what you're interested in studying, whether that's through majors, minors, concurrent degree programs, or certificates. We highly encourage our students not only to think of just one possibility, but wanting to pursue as many possibilities as they so please. It's truly based off of your interest and wanting that idea to customize your education. Now, that can certainly start in our various academic colleges, such as the College of Arts and Sciences. This is the largest college at CU Boulder, meaning that it houses the largest majors and of course the largest students. So it will result in having the natural sciences, the social sciences, and the humanities. Any languages as well will reside in this program. You might also want to be in the College of Engineering at the same time or solely be in engineering. That's also okay. Engineering, it does feature aerospace engineering, mechanical, civil, environmental, biomedical, just to name a few. And overall is ranked number 16 in the nation, as well as top 10 or top 20 for some specific programs. Now, we actually have so much overlap between engineering and business that features finance, accounting, marketing, and real estate and management as the last emphasis, as well as School of Education. Wonderful for anyone looking to become a school teacher or go into any social justice, political jobs, potentially maybe wanting to go to the Peace Corps afterwards. CMCI, which we refer to it as our broadcasting college, wonderful for our journalism majors, communication, information science, media studies, media production. The College of Music, which is exactly how it sounds, literally, but it'll be a specific audition-based program. So if you would like to continue your musical instrument, you will have to audition with it, as well as the program in environmental design, which we like to call our interior design program with architecture, landscape planning, urban design, and such. Now, of course, if you have no idea in what you would like to study, that is also truly okay, as we have the program in exploratory studies, which is a first-year program meant to truly help you explore and not delay graduation by any means. So you can still graduate in 4 years. Of course, overall, CU Boulder is a school of about 32,000 students. That does include undergraduate and graduate, as we are a D1 school as well, playing in the Pac-12. We are 30 minutes away from Denver and about 30 minutes away from the closest ski resort, Eldora, if you are interested in skiing, right below the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. Now, overall, this is the list of what you need in order to complete your application. You'll notice we are only actually on the common application, as well as we are test optional. So please keep that in mind, but this is truly everything you need in order to have a completed application. If you're a transfer student, we do have our very own CU Boulder specific transfer application. But everything you see here must be turned in by these various deadlines: November 15th for early action or January 15th for regular decision. We are a non-binding school, so if you just want to know earlier, we truly understand. Please get all of the materials here in by this various deadline, because we recognize you'll know on or before February 1st rather than on or before April 1st in that regular decision deadline. Now, this is also my contact information, but with the time I do have, I do want to mention that our visit programs, so we are not offering any in-person campus tours or presentations. We are not encouraging anyone to come to campus due to COVID reasons. And so we do have our virtual presentations online as well as a virtual tour. I would encourage you to check out those presentations. If you just Google virtual tour CU Boulder, it'll be the various couple links that will pop up. And we have various presentations, including specific academic colleges. So anything like the academic colleges that I presented on, going to first generation specific, to transfer specific. It's really dependent on what you're looking for and what you're looking to get out of it. Definitely, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, as I do host virtual one-on-one appointments. And I would love to meet with you one-on-one. Awesome.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Next up, we're going to hear from University of Northern Colorado.
Great. Let me get this all set up here really quick. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ian. I am the admissions counselor at the University of Northern Colorado that serves Nevada, among other Western states, and some of Western Colorado. Just to give you a little idea of what UNC is about, we are a mid-sized school, so we're sitting around 13,000 students in any given school year, about 10,000 undergraduate, about 3,000 graduate. Many of us, the admissions counselors and other students here, call it our Goldilocks College. It wasn't too big, wasn't too small, it was just right for us. The average class size that you'll find at UNC is about 27, meaning you'll have lots of opportunities for some good one-on-one instruction time with your professors, as well as you can see the 17-to-1 faculty ratio. We are really heavily focused on making sure that all students have a chance to get as much help as they need in whatever case that may take. A little bit more about our population as well. We are 46% first generation students, meaning they're the first one in their family to go to college, and 40% students of color, so one of the more diverse campuses around. As I mentioned, we do like to focus on hands-on education and a little over 100 different undergraduate programs. Our top 5 biggest programs by population are sport and exercise science, business administration, nursing, elementary education, and psychology. However, there are almost 100 other really wonderful programs that sometimes the smaller programs can be better because it's, once again, a chance to make those connections. UNC also likes to focus, like I said, heavily on the hands-on experience. Over 70% of our students will get a chance to do community-based teaching opportunities and things around the Greeley area, as well as over 50% of our students do internships as a part of their program, and others choose to seek them out and can earn credit for those internships. Just a little bit more about living on campus. UNC does have 17 different residence halls ranging in all sizes and shapes, from one residence hall with about 50 students to a couple residence halls with upwards of 500. So lots of different opportunities. You can also find rooming arrangements from your very typical traditional dorm room with 2 students and then a community restroom down the hall, all the way to suite style living, where you'll have a restroom in your room. I had a suite style room as a student, and we had space to put a foosball table in. Our neighbors hated it for us, but we loved it, so that's all that matters. And there are also 10 different dining locations on campus, 3 main dining halls, so you're never too far from a dining hall, as well as some great coffee shops, a Subway, and a couple other options. A little bit more about Greeley as well. So like I said, we're located in Greeley, Colorado, which is in about an hour northeast of Denver. So you're never too far from all the great things that Denver or Fort Collins or any of the other bigger cities in Colorado have to offer. Additionally, you're only about 90 minutes from Rocky Mountain National Park, one of the coolest national parks in the country, but I'm a little biased. I grew up in Colorado. And 2 to 3 hours from the first round of ski areas. Additionally, Greeley itself is kind of a small town vibe, but it's not a small town anymore. We are up over about 110,000 people, but there are still lots of opportunities for cool community events, at least in a typical year. Obviously, due to COVID, those things are not happening right now. So our application process is very simple. We are available both on the Common app and through our in-house Bear app. That Bear app can be found at unco.edu/apply. The application itself, at least through our site, takes about 30 minutes. We do not require an essay or letters of recommendation. However, you are more than welcome to submit those if you feel it would help highlight some of your skills and make you a better candidate. We then ask, once that is completed, for you to submit your transcripts, and we along with the other schools in Colorado, are test optional for fall 2021, meaning we are not requiring ACT or SAT scores. However, once again, you do have the chance to report those if you feel that it would help your overall application. Additionally, as I said, we are on the Common App and you can find us there as well. Our timeline, we have what we call our priority deadline, comes up March 1st. However, we do rolling admissions, meaning that as long as your application is in by about July, we can still consider it and find you a spot. However, earlier is going to be better for things like housing, signing up for classes, and all of those other things. That is about the end of what I have. The last thing I want to point out on here is at unco.edu/visit, we do have a variety of different online sessions, information sessions, a virtual tour option, as well as chances to meet with some current UNC students or chat about any questions that you may have one-on-one with an admissions counselor. As I mentioned, if you sign up for one of those one-on-one appointments, you're probably stuck talking to me, so I apologize in advance. But yeah, if you have any questions or anything to follow up, please don't hesitate to reach out. I know my last name's really long, so I apologize for you having to type it in, but thank you so much and have a great rest of your evening.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, our presenter is from Colorado State University.
All right, hello everyone. I'm just gonna share my screen here. Right, started here. All right, yes, hello everyone. Good evening. My name is Justin Smalley. I am the Northern California and Nevada admissions representative for Colorado State University in Fort Collins, Colorado. And so on this slide, you'll find my email and also my work cell. If you have any follow-up questions after tonight's presentations, please feel free to reach out to me. And so first off, I wanted to talk a little bit about where we're located. Colorado State University, we are one of the research flagship public universities in the state of Colorado, the second largest university in the state. And we're located in a really cool quintessential college town called Fort Collins. And Fort Collins is located 1 hour directly north of Denver. Denver's right in the heart of Colorado, and so we're 1 hour directly north in northern Colorado, about 30 miles south of the Wyoming border, and nestled right up next to the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. Really, Fort Collins is kind of an outdoor recreation mecca. A lot of out-of-state students will choose Colorado State, and really any schools in Colorado for that matter, for the outdoor recreational opportunities. We're very close to whitewater rafting, hiking, camping, backpacking, rock climbing, just some phenomenal opportunities. About an hour away is Rocky Mountain National Park. Some of the major ski resorts that are more world-renowned are about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from our campus. And our town and also the university is very bicycle friendly. And so that's definitely the most common mode of transportation. Also, many of our students will hang out in the downtown area of Fort Collins, which is called Old Town. It's just a very cool, eclectic area where there's a lot of local eateries and restaurants, candy stores, coffee shops, you name it. So you can it's definitely a good place to hang out on a weekend afternoon. Next up, I wanted to get more into the academic side of the house. Colorado State University, we are the land-grant university for the state of Colorado, meaning that we started out as an agricultural school way back in the late 1800s, and also we started out with mechanical arts, which is now presently known as mechanical engineering. And we've grown, obviously, over the times. We'll have over 250 different academic programs at the undergraduate level. So many of those programs will be found in concentration areas, which is kind of a specialized interest area within a larger major. So as far as undergraduate majors go, we have 70 total. Probably what we're known for at Colorado State, our most recognized program, is our veterinary medicine graduate school. Currently, it's ranked 3rd in North America, 2nd to Cornell and UC Davis in California. And because of that, we have a lot of undergraduate programs in the animal, life, and agricultural sciences. So things like animal science or zoology or equine science, for those of you that like horses. So we have great, excellent access to animal like labs and ranching areas that our students can have access to. Also at Colorado State, we've become known as a very sustainable university. So over 1/3 of our classes will have a sustainability focus incorporated inside the classroom. And we have a very strong College of Natural Resources, which has 9 different majors in that college that take on a different approach to environmental science. Also associated with that College of Natural Resources is a mountain campus, where our students may be in watershed science or forestry. They'll spend time doing natural field studies and learning more about environmental conservation. So those are some of the unique programs at Colorado State. Some other just kind of specialized programs that come to mind are construction management, or interior design and architecture. Some of our more popular majors right now are business, biology, psychology, health and exercise science, communication, mechanical engineering, and computer science is up there as well. So actually right now about 40% of our students are in a STEM related discipline. Currently our student to faculty ratio is about 19-to-1, and we have about 28,000 students at Colorado State, so kind of a medium-sized classroom environment. And really our students are going to get the full college experience in over our 500 student organizations, whether it's study abroad, music, performing arts, Division I athletics, athletics as far as intramurals and club sports are very popular as well. So as far as applying to Colorado State, really kind of the only way to apply for incoming freshmen, incoming first year students is common application. We also do have our own CSU application for transfer students. We do a holistic review for admissions, and we are test optional for incoming first year students. So we're not requiring SAT or ACT. So we are test optional. The test scores, if you have those, will only help your application, not do anything to harm your application whatsoever. We do have merit-based scholarships that range from $6,000 to $10,000, and we are also a member of the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program. And more information about our parameters for the WE program and the discounted tuition rate can be found on our financial aid scholarship website, or you can reach out to me to get more information about that. Also, we're on rolling admissions, so if students apply, we make decisions in about 2 to 4 weeks from the time your application is complete. December 1st is our early action dates, and February 1st is our priority date for students that are applying for the fall. So if you have any further questions for me, let me know, and go Rams.
All right, thank you so much. It looks like we've had a couple of questions in the Q&A, so that's great. Keep those questions coming. I know our presenters are more than happy to answer those questions for you. So next up, we will hear from Whittier College.
Hello, I'm going to start sharing my screen. Wonderful. Well, hello, everyone. My name's Megan Post. I'm the Associate Director of Admission here at Whittier College. Thank you for taking the time to learn about all the colleges today. So let's go to the next slide. So Whittier is a small 4-year liberal arts college. We have 1,700 traditional undergraduates. We're one of the smaller colleges in Southern California. Our average class size is about 19 students, but the great thing is as you get into your major courses, your sophomore, junior year, and leading into your senior year, your class sizes are going to shrink down even more, anywhere between 8 to 12 students, especially when it comes to your major courses. And then as far as academic offerings, we have over 33 different majors, and then all the ones on this list are with asterisks are only offered as minors, but there's a major for everyone on campus. Some of the more popular majors are going to be in our STEM fields, as well as kinesiology, psychology, as well as business administration. And then we also have a self-design major called our Whittier Scholars Program. And so this is a way for students to add on more to their either preset major, or they build a major from the ground up. Some majors that students have created is tourism and public health, and then also a few elements in business where you're able to tack on business and social media marketing. So there's a lot you can do within the Whittier Scholars Program. And then we also have some great programs in our pre-professional track, which will be pre-physical therapy, pre-law, and so students are able to even go into pre-med. So it's a great program for students to go into. We also have internships and fellowships offered for students, and so our location really lends to internships and fellowship opportunities. So students are able to tap into the LA and Orange County area for internships. And one of our biggest partners is with the NASA Jet Propulsion Lab, but we've had students have internships depending on their interests throughout their 4-year experience. We also have service opportunities where you're going to be able to not only learn in the classroom, but put what you're learning and to practice out in the local communities. And then we also have great study abroad programs with our students going all over, from New Zealand all the way to Australia, as well as all over Europe. And we also provide each student that attends Whittier College with a $2,000 scholarship to study abroad. So that's definitely a great opportunity to fund your study abroad adventures. As far as our location, we're in a great central area. We're in right outside of downtown LA, but we straddle LA and Orange County. So again, it lends to internships in the Orange County area, the LA area, and Pasadena area, but also it's great for activities for students that are looking to come to Southern California. They want to explore the local area and check out the beaches, but also the mountain ranges, and also even snowboarding is available. So everything's kind of in this big central area right in the smack middle where Whittier College is located. As far as our campus community, we're a very close-knit campus community. Since we are small, there's a lot of opportunities for students to take on leadership opportunities, whether that's in our student government, or it can even be in some of our clubs that are under our Office of Equity and Inclusion, or students can join clubs based off of their interests or passions. We are a residential campus, so a majority of our students do live on campus, and we require students to live on campus for the first 3 years, unless they live within 30 miles of campus. So that's definitely a benefit for our out-of-state students, since on the weekends, it will not turn into a ghost town and you're able to explore the local area, but also have a campus community available to you on the weekends. As far as our admission process, we are looking at applications holistically, and we are a common application school. So we require a personal statement, and that's really your time to shine and show us who you are beyond just your GPA and your test scores. And like the personal statement, the letters of recommendations also give us a view into who you are as a person. We look at your transcripts, but we look at your 9th through 11th grade year and only your academic courses. So we take out ROP, PE classes, home ec. Those are classes that won't be counted towards your GPA, but we are also a test optional institution. So you can apply without test scores. Whether you want to submit them, you can, but if you decide not to, it's not going to affect your financial aid or your admission decision. On the right-hand side of this presentation is our admission averages of last year's class. And so this is just kind of for you to gauge what the class looked like last year of all our applicants. And then as far as financial aid, there's a lot of funding opportunities. We offer our John Greenleaf Whittier Scholarship to students, and it's based off of your merit and also your fit to the institution. And those can range anywhere from $15,000 to $28,000 a year. And then we also have need-based aid based off of your FAFSA application. But some of the scholarships are unique to our institution, and for our institution is our leadership scholarship for students that have been active in their community. And then we also have our talent scholarship for students that are interested in pursuing music, art, theater, or theater tech. The last thing I do want to leave you with is my contact information. So you have my email, my direct phone number, but also right here, we have a lot of virtual events for you to interact with current students, other admission counselors, faculty, and the clubs. So this is my contact information, but thank you so much, and I appreciate you taking the time.
All right, great. So next up, we're going to hear about Scripps College.
Couldn't find the unmute button. Hi, everybody. My name is Diane Dominguez, and I'm one of the admission officers for Scripps College. I'm also an alum from the class of 2013, and I'm happy to share a little bit about this place that I love so dearly. So a couple of quick facts here. A lot of this you can find on the website, but basically we're a small private residential women's college within a co-ed consortium. I'll break all of that down in just a bit. What you can expect in terms of the living and learning experience is a small residential community. About 94% of our students will live on campus. We require housing in the first year, and then most students elect to stay on campus the rest of their time at Scripps. Average class size is 16, student to faculty ratio is 10:1. In terms of our population, we only have undergraduate students. While the consortium does have 2 graduate schools, that means that all of our classes are taught by professors, not graduate student TAs, and also any kind of research opportunity or opportunity to work directly with a faculty member are positions and options that are going directly to our graduate students, our undergraduate students. The 3 main things to think about when you're thinking about differences between Scripps and other institutions are the fact that we are a member of the Claremont Colleges, we are also a women's college, and then we also, in terms of our curriculum, focus on interdisciplinary learning. I'll touch on those those 3 points in just a bit, but here's a quick map of where we're located in Southern California. So we're also in Southern California like Whittier. We're about 35 miles east of LA, a lot closer to the Angeles National Forest than we are to the city of LA. So access to hiking trails, the nature, and a really great view of the mountain ranges north of our campuses. The Claremont Colleges is what I mentioned that we're a part of. This is a network of schools that all are really close to each other. We're the only consortium on the West Coast, and also the only one that is as physically close to itself compared to other consortiums in the country. What this means for our students is that for all of these schools listed here on this slide, so Scripps College, Harvey Mudd College, Pitzer, Claremont McKenna, and Pomona colleges, we all share the things listed on this slide, in addition to a lot of different kinds of social services, resources, academics, majors, meaning that our students at each of our institutions are able to expand their community from a community of a little bit under 2,000 students to a community that's much larger of 6,000 students through policies like cross-registration, which means students can take classes not on their home campus, policies like allowing off-campus majors, which is something that Scripps, Pitzer, and CMC are very open about. And then we share the practical stuff like dining halls, clubs, parties, lectures. Things we don't share are residence halls. Each of the mission and vision statements of each of the schools will be different, graduation requirements, and then each of the schools has specific traditions. To differentiate Scripps from the other schools within the Claremont Consortium, and one thing I forgot to note about all of us is that we are all in the common application and we all meet 100% of demonstrated financial need. One of the ways we're different than the other schools within the consortium, aside from us being a women's college, is our curriculum. It starts the Scripps experience with three set of classes called the Core Curriculum in Interdisciplinary Humanities, which creates a foundation for our students to understand what it means to learn within an interdisciplinary perspective. It gives our students the ability to try out a lot of different fields really quickly within the first 3 semesters that they're at Scripps, while they're also completing graduation requirements and figuring out what they want to major in. We don't require our students to officially declare their major until the end of sophomore year, so there's a lot of time to explore there. And one of the characteristics of the Scripps education, a lot of it is because of a result of CORE, is that our students will pursue more than one field. It makes our curriculum a really great option for students who have multiple interests or may have opposing interests. At Scripps, you're able to explore those things and still graduate within 4 years. About a quarter of our students will pursue a double major or a dual major or a major and a minor. And lastly, a Scripps thesis is required for all of our students. It's an opportunity to nerd out about a certain topic for about a year and become an expert in that specific topic. And for our students, it really prepares you for grad school, a master's thesis, postdoc work. Lastly, the Women's College. The Women's College identity, you see it infused in all of our programming in the community that we have at Scripps. Our community, especially in the learning environment, but also in the residential environment, is one that focuses and centers the voices of marginalized people. It's a community that's collaborative, that's supportive, that where the rigor that you're experiencing is coming from wanting to do better and wanting to use that inspiration you're getting from your peers to pursue your own dreams. But it's also a place where mentorship is really valued and where you see it in formal roles like the peer mentor role, which is a sophomore position that allows them to help our incoming first years transition to the college experience. But you also see it happening in the classrooms super organically. Working along groups is something that's really popular at Scripps. And I'll stop there and switch over to this slide. If you want to know more about Scripps, you want to do a whole 45-minute session specifically about Scripps, there's a few different ways that you can access that. There's my contact information. I am your regional rep, so I'm here to answer any questions you might have. We also have students on our Scripps admission Instagram page, and they host office hours Monday through Saturday. So if you want to get that direct student perspective, that's an option for you as well.
All right, thank you so much. So our final presenter will speak about St. Mary's College of California.
I'm so sorry about that. I was having a brief technical difficulty. So good evening, everyone. My name is Kirsten Colte. I am one of our admissions counselors here at St. Mary's. Tonight, I am joined by Dorian Roberts, who is moderating the chat currently, and he is our Associate Director of Admissions here at the college. So welcome. Very briefly, I've started my timer, so hopefully I am on time. Very quickly about St. Mary's College of California. If you've never heard of us before, we are in a very small town called Moraga, California. By car, we are about 10 minutes away from Lafayette and Walnut Creek, California. We're also about 30 minutes away from Berkeley, about 35 with traffic from Oakland, and about 40 minutes away from San Francisco. When you combine graduate and undergraduate students, we have about 3,800 students total. Our faculty to student ratio is 11 students per one full-time faculty member. We are also a Catholic Lasallian private college. You do not need to be Catholic to attend or apply. We are open to all identities. And we are a liberal arts university. When students hear the term liberal arts, sometimes it can sound like, that school only has humanities-based majors. That is not the case for us. We have interwoven in our core curriculum both the liberal arts and sciences. We have over 43 academic majors here on our campus, and our most well-known programs that we have are our business administration major, communications, psychology, and kinesiology. The average class size is about 19 students. When I was a student here, the biggest class I ever attended had 24 students. The smallest had 5. So as you can tell, they ran the gamut, but they are all on the much smaller side compared to some other schools. We are part of the CTCL, which stands for the Colleges That Change Lives. It's a very unique organization, and if you are a current junior or senior, I highly recommend, if you can, find a copy of this book by an author named Lauren Pope. We are the only one in that book that is on the West Coast that is Division I and is a Catholic institution. Oops, so sorry. Oh no. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. Your first 2 years, you are guaranteed housing. So what that looks like is it is required your first year to live on campus. Your second year, housing is guaranteed, but not required. And a majority of our students do live on campus, and this also pertains to juniors and seniors. We have over 60 student-run clubs and organizations. Some of these clubs are more geared towards extracurricular activities like the Literature Club, Gales Gaming for video games, but we also have facets of identity that are covered by some of these clubs as well. Just some of these clubs include BSU, which stands for our Black Student Union, APASA, which is our Asian Pacific Student Body Alliance. We also have Pride, Las Hermanas, clubs such as that. We are most well known for our Division I men's and women's basketball teams, although we also do have women's crew, track and field, which is mixed gender. And one benefit of being a Gale or a student at our school is community time. It's a time set aside every week during Wednesdays in the afternoons for you to bond with your classmates. Very quickly, we have two very unique programs at St. Mary's. The first is seminar and the second is Jan term. Both of these are courses that you will take once per academic year. Seminar is our university's version of the Great Books program. It is a community engagement and discussion based course in which you will be reading the greats all the way from Plato, Aristotle, Socrates to much more modern thinkers such as Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Cesar Chavez. January term, you will take one class for the entire month of January. And while these courses are academically based, they're very fun and very engaging. Some of our most well-known courses include Deconstructing Harry Potter, Star Wars and Theology, and Fencing. Very quickly, because I know we are running out of time, if you would like to screenshot this slide, I'm more than welcome it. St. Mary's, we are test optional this year. We are on the common application as well as a university specific one. It's up to you to decide which method you would prefer. For merit-based scholarship, this is determined by holistic admissions review as well as your GPA at the time of admission. These range anywhere from $7,000 to $30,000. We do calculate need-based aid based upon the FAFSA. So if you are a US citizen, please file the FAFSA. If you are an international student, please email me directly. I am the international counselor and I can help you navigate the financial aspects as well. So very briefly, I will leave us with our contact information. So should you have any questions, you can always email either Dorian or myself. And thank you so much for allowing us to come on here tonight. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So this concludes our presentation for this particular session. Just want to take a moment to thank our attendees, thank our presenters for being here tonight. When you close out of this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We hope that you will complete that survey for us so that you can provide us with some valuable feedback. Also, this is just one of many different sessions that are being offered. So again, I hope you'll check out some of the other sessions and sign up for those. And then also there will be a recording available of this session available within about a week, and it will be where you registered for the particular program. So just go back to that website and you'll be able to find this recording along with recordings of all other sessions. So with that being said, again, I just want to say thank you for joining us this evening, and I hope you have a good night.